Literally the first noise that anyone's gonna hear. But the second noise they're gonna hear.
To avoid fainting, keep repeating. It's only a movie. Only a movie.
I said, don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
We have such sights to show you.
Ooh, oh, snap, y'all.
Dude, we're fucking back, bro.
Dude, we're so back. And now we're back from outer space. We were gone so freaking long because I didn't want to do a podcast and like the world was ending and I felt like shit. But I had to change of heart.
Yeah.
I listened to my heart.
This is the rhythm of your heart.
There's literally a song that just says, listen to your heart.
Oh, listen. Alright, whatever. I'm not gonna sing.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. Leave it to me all the way.
Hey, baby.
So, all right. Damn, dog. We're back.
Yeah.
If you're watching live on Facebook off of our
Instagram. Are we on Instagram?
we are streaming live off of our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Until YouTube lets us on to their platform, which will be tomorrow evening.
Yeah. So then we'll just upload the shit.
Yes. I didn't even think about that. We can just straight up
Yeah.
jokes on you, Facebook. Nobody's going to watch here. But if you are watching live on Facebook, thank you so much for joining us. We are Double Screecher. My name is Dakota, and
I'm Corinna.
this is my lovely host, Corinna. And if you can, and if you can see by this stretched out image behind our beautiful faces, we are going to talk about Grave Encounters 2 to start the podcast today.
Yeah. Because, you know, if you never watched or listened to the show, because this is actually our first live stream.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're kind of weird looking, it's because we're nervous. Or I'm nervous. But, yeah, like, we're back. And the way that Double Screecher works is that we have 2 movies. Most of the time, they fucking suck. But they usually have a theme. And so this theme, we decided to go back and find...
Well, the episode has a theme.
Yeah.
And maybe the movies also have a theme, but who knows by the garbage we
don't
pick.
really, yeah, whatever. Who fucking cares? But we basically decided that for today's theme, we're going to pick sequels to movies that we have talked about on Double Screecher.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right, Dakota.
That's right, Corinna. Today we have 2 movies that we have covered, but instead of doing the same movies again, we chose their sequels.
Yeah.
We're talking about Grave Encounters 2, and we are talking about the
Gallows Act II.
Not as good as Sister Act 2, but it's definitely worth your time, and you'll
just fucking
find out
watch
why.
that instead.
Never seen it.
You never seen Sister Act?
Maybe bits and pieces.
Professor McGonagall's in it.
Is that like a Harry Potter guy?
She's the old lady bitch, the one that's into the cat.
The old lady bitch. Ooh, fuck.
What?
If you're watching live,
What?
good for you. If you're listening to the podcast on Spotify,
iTunes, wherever podcasts are available.
all right. So if you are listening to our recorded audio only episode, you might notice a change in audio quality. I just realized that I hadn't pressed record on a recording software. And in my defense, the reason that didn't happen is because I've never done live streaming before.
Okay, I'm not mad at you, bro.
But just so you know, Corinna, so you're not thinking about it the rest of the episode, I'm pretty sure I can rip the audio from this video and then splice it together.
Okay, and if not, we can just say what we said. Whatever, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
That's for after we're done.
You've already here's listeners on Spotify and iTunes. You've already clicked on the episode. You know what movies we're doing, and you're in luck. We haven't started talking about them yet.
Hell yeah.
So that was basically a video intro only.
Yeah.
But holy shit, I feel like we have so much to say before we even get into any of these movies.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't... Our last episode was released on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it was our Marvel horror episode, which was Ghost Rider and Blade Trinity, and Austin was on the show.
Yes, and
Yeah.
apparently Austin broke up the band because after that we didn't release another
Yeah,
episode.
I was like, what the fuck? Is he like the cursed boy or something?
Yeah, he cursed our show. No,
No, bro, you
no.
cursed the show.
Hey, I mean, obviously I was always a curse on the show, but like, here's the thing. I lost my job like right after that.
Yeah,
basically.
no, I know. I'm not mad at you,
And
bro.
I just, I just needed time to. I don't even want to say focus on myself. Basically, I didn't want to be doing too many fun activities
Oh, because you feel guilty.
because I would feel guilty.
Yeah, okay.
And I mean, I think
And
part
also
of me
quarantine,
wanted.
like we were so, like I didn't leave my house for 3 months.
Right. Well,
like,
exactly.
That sucked too because I was like, fuck, like this is like the perfect time to just record shit, but also like I was like, no, I should stay at my house. I would
Right.
only go to like the grocery store and shit. So like,
Yeah. And yeah, so, to our listeners, you probably remember or you know us personally, but we are based in Chicago. So we're one of the cities that definitely
had a lockdown,
an actual lockdown.
Yeah.
We took things very seriously here.
Yeah, I
Florida,
didn't-
Arizona.
Yeah, yeah. But,
If you live there, your governor
yeah, no,
sucks.
but I mean, we were all feeling it. Like, I didn't tattoo for 3 fucking months. Like, barely just went back to work in June.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we are. Yeah, when are we recording? End of July right
Yeah.
now. So it's been a while, and I don't know. I think, definitely on my end, like I finally did a band practice with my band, Little Yellow Dog. You can search us up on the internet. But getting to see them again and like have something that felt normal, and I have been working.
yeah.
Things are still not normal.
No.
And they won't be for quite some time, but I think I've finally settled into a rhythm of the night that I can get behind.
Yeah.
So thank you for being patient with me, and thank you if you're listening right now. Thank you for joining us again. It definitely means a lot to both of us. I think.
Yeah, definitely. Because this is something that we started off just kind of like, fuck it, we got the equipment, let's do something. And, and like we've gone too far to just stop. So
Yeah, exactly. So shit. It's been 10 minutes. We got some time
Okay.
left. Let's talk about Grave Encounters.
too. So I remember we talked about, well, we already said we talked about the first one. And
Right.
we both really liked it,
Yeah.
which is rare on the show. But
Especially for a found footage film.
Yeah.
It's one of the better found footage films.
yeah. So the second one takes place basically, it's probably like one of the better found footage like sequels because
Mm-hmm.
it incorporates what happened, but I like when the found footage movies make sense for why they're filming it, which is why we liked first one as well, because like they're filming a
Right.
documentary.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
The second one, the lead character is a filmmaker.
Yeah, he's like a college kid, and that's something I really found endearing about this movie was because it was a bunch of college kids, film student kids,
Mm-hmm.
and they felt like genuine, like kids, like young
They
adults.
did.
You know what I'm saying? Like there
Yeah.
was parts like in the beginning, it's a lot of them like at parties getting fucked up at like a Halloween party, and I was like laughing because it was funny. It was like that could have been people I was hanging out with or something.
It didn't feel faked and forced.
Yeah, like,
definitely.
you see like it's like when they make horror movies and it's like high school kids, and you're just like, high school kids don't fucking act like that. That's crazy.
No, I know, and I think more movies need to realize, and maybe it's because we're getting older,
Oh yeah.
but like I feel like I would rather watch a college movie than a high school movie, but that's also because we're both now 10 years removed from high
Yeah,
school.
that's true.
And these kids, like, I mean, they definitely felt younger than us for sure, but
Yeah,
I feel like
5
college,
years younger than us or something like that.
right? But I feel like college kids are mature enough that you can
hang.
You can hang with. I mean,
Like I'm not specifically going to like college parties anymore. But
Right.
if a college person happens to be in my vicinity, it's not fucking weird to hang out with them. You know what I'm saying?
They're real people at that point.
Yeah.
You know, like a 21-year-old, sure, they're young as shit. Like, they might be naive about certain things. And I'm sure we are too. Like, I'm not saying I know everything, but yeah, no, they can hang. They can hang a little bit.
For sure.
So just the kind of like the IMDb log line of this is a film student who is obsessed with the movie Grave Encounters sets out with his friends to visit the psychiatric hospital depicted in the original film. Meaning this movie is set in a world where Grave Encounters is a movie. And then Grave Encounters 2 is sort of this kid thinking, oh wait, I think this movie might be real.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of like the Blair Witch, but like in real life, because when the Blair Witch came out, they marketed it like it was a real movie.
Right.
And everybody thought that those people were actually missing, and the actors actually had to like sign a contract to like disappear until like the movie came out, and people were like, no one's ever seen these people ever again. And so I think that's where they got the idea for this idea, because everyone's like, oh, it's a fake movie, like, you know, blah blah blah, like they didn't really die, shit like that. So I thought that was really cool, because it's just like, what if the Blair Witch was real? Like, this is that movie.
Oh, yeah, and it's amazing because the movie starts out with exactly what's happening right here, right now. It's a bunch of people reviewing the movie on YouTube, saying,
and they're
like,
holding the actual DVD case of Grave Encounters 1. It says, like, what is it, Tribeca Films and shit, or something like that? Whoever the fuck made the movie.
The movie is Heartfelt Films.
Yeah. And I'm just like, it was really funny because I was just like, and it looked real, like the quality of the videos and shit. And this movie's from like what, 2011?
2012, 2011, yeah. Just a little like side note in case we forget to mention it. So Grave Encounters one came out in like 2010, 2011, but it was set
in 2303.
Yeah, set in 2003. Which I had forgotten about because they kept mentioning the year, and I had to check. I was like, wait, was Grave Encounters really old? Or really old, but like, you know, older than what I thought it was. Yeah. So, you know, this is now flash forward to present day, and here we are.
Yeah. So their main character is like this dweeb. He kind of looks like Harry Osborn from the Amazing Spider-Man movie with Andrew Garfield. Kind of gives me that vibe, and we even made fun of him because he had like the hair like Peter Parker in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, he did.
But he looks like Harry Osborn in the Amazing Spider-Man. But basically he's like this film student, and he's like trying to make a horror movie, but then he gets like obsessed with the story of the Grave Encounters people. So then he's like, you know what? Scrap it, dump it, trash it. Let's fucking go to the mental asylum, whatever, from the first one, which I thought was stupid. I'm like, if you want to know if this movie is real, you don't even need to go to the asylum, because just talk to people and you'll find out that everybody's fucking dead.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about that. Like, before they even go to the asylum,
they find out a bunch of shit, which we won't spoil. I don't think we need to spoil this one, because we want you to watch it.
Well, fair enough.
Right?
Oh, well, without going too far ahead, I will say yes, this is a good movie. I like Grave Encounters 1. I like Grave Encounters 2. I keep positing that there's a third one, and I still don't know if there is or not.
We literally talked about this in Grave Encounters 1. There's like rumors forever that there's a third one. Yeah. But there is no third one.
Right.
And then they're like, well, it's been in the making. I'm like, how long has this movie been in the making? Like, I don't know. Like,
I would watch a third one.
Okay.
I would watch it. Anyway, but so like you're saying, like I'm saying, I definitely appreciate this movie. But what I was going to say, back to your point, these kids find so much evidence that the occurrences in the first one are true. And I guess if what's his name? I think it's Alex, right?
The main dude?
The main dude. Alex Wright. If Alex wasn't a filmmaker, I think he'd be like, all right, cool.
Yeah, if he was like a journalist or something. But I think that, yeah, that's why he's like, well, it'll be, because he's still like a horror director. So I think he's like, maybe I can like kill two birds with one stone, figure out the mystery of the fucking people that disappeared, and catch some ghosts on the fucking... On the fucking... no, what is that thing called? A camera.
On the camera?
I was like doing the sound of like people modifying the lens.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I think the biggest one is Alex goes to Heartfeld Productions, right?
Yeah.
In LA or Vancouver or whatever.
Where the fuck they are.
And meets with like the main producer of the movie and I think of the studio.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more than that, but like, basically he's like, he finds out that it's real and it's like, bro, people died.
Yeah, like you already have like the story of the century. Like you could sell that footage because he like was filming it secretly.
Yeah.
You could sell that to like the biggest news people ever, right? The biggest news station or whatever the fuck. You make so much money. But I think that's also like then movie, you know? Because at the end of the day,
we still needed to watch a movie.
We still need a movie because like it wouldn't be Grave Encounters 2 if it would just be like Smart Boy on it would be like a drama or some shit like of what was it, like some Argo shit or something like that, like
with Ben Affleck. Is that like, about a journalist finding out?
I'm pretty sure, unless I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Well, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, there isn't like you said, I mean, we could just go beat by beat, but like, it's just well made. I mean, because for the same reasons that the first Grave Encounters was good, where you have people who know how to use cameras. Mm-hmm. There's a point for them to have cameras because they're literally trying to film what's going on. Right. You know, the special effects are good. They always work better because they're like in night vision. Yeah. It's like the same ghosts from the first one. Those like big open mouths. Like on the screen here you can't see the mouth, but you can see this head. And I don't know, I guess the only thing that might be worth talking about is sort of a spoiler, but that's like how the ending is set up. Right. Like that turning point when they find who they find.
Well, you go for it.
Should we just, I mean...
Okay, if you don't want to hear the spoiler, go ahead, what, like 5 minutes?
Maybe 5. There's 10 minutes left in this segment, so...
Okay,
whatever you want to do.
Go back,
Just go watch the movie and then come back and listen.
Back. Fuck you.
I mean, if you super care about the spoilers of Grave Encounters, you probably have an issue.
You've had 9 years to watch this movie.
You've had 9 years.
That's a long time, bro.
Yeah. It is.
All right, so go ahead. Go spoil on.
Spoil on, Garth. Sorry, I was distracted. I just noticed that I think I've been glitchy this whole podcast. Yeah, I mean, look at you and look at me. Hold on. This is a pause for the live stream. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to fuck with it.
Okay, no, I'm still good.
Yeah, you seem good.
Just
whatever.
Pop over here. Pop over
here. Yeah, don't look at the left side of the screen. So, okay, so we find out that the main star of Grave Encounters, the first.
Yeah. I'm trying to entertain the people by moving around because you're not moving around that well.
I'm just so so concentrated in thought that I don't move anything, even my lips. So I'm forgetting his name also, so that's kind of why I'm stalling. Is it Steven?
Isn't it the crazy guy?
Yeah, Lance.
Lance. It's fucking Lance. You just said, yeah. You're like, is it Steven? Yeah, Lance.
It's Steven Lance. Anyway, whatever the fuck his last name is, or first name.
Hendrickson. I'm just kidding. That's the guy from Alien.
Oh yeah. Right,
Great actor.
So we found out that Lance has been living in that like bottom stairwell basement area.
It's like the tunnel.
The tunnel.
Yeah. So Yeah, because we just think, like, we all thought he died, because, like, who the fuck would be there for that long?
Right. But we don't see him die in the first one, so, like, it's not unreasonable, which is nice. It's not like he gets his head cut off and then he's alive again somehow.
Right. That's always annoying when they do shit like that. That was, like, the fucking 1980s, 1990s special with, like, every fucking horror movie. You know how many times they killed Freddy Krueger?
A lot.
A lot.
How many times has he been killed? A lot. How many movies do they make?
I was literally about to say that.
How many scares did you get?
A lot.
A lot. Who is that?
That's, isn't it Lil Uzi Vert?
Yep.
No.
I wouldn't know.
Who's the It's a Knife guy? What the fuck is his name? Why am I having a brain fart?
A knife guy?
It's a Knife. The tattoo guy. What the fuck is his name? Is that... I don't know. I'm having a fucking brain aneurysm right now.
If you know and you're in the chat. Casey.
21 Savage.
21
there we go.
Savage.
There we go.
Oh, the British guy?
Okay.
Isn't he British?
I think so. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Who cares?
Casey Wynn said, hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
It was...
What up, Queso?
many minutes ago, but...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that to you. Thanks, Casey Wynn. We love you.
He's great.
Where was I going with this?
Something about Lance and...
Oh, it's believable because the psychiatric ward does crazy things. Lance thinks he's only been in there for, 9 months?
Yeah, he's been in there for 10 years.
Yeah.
Doesn't really make sense because if it's 2003 to 2011, that's like 7?
Yeah.
What's math? Hold up.
No, it's
8.
8 years.
It's 8 years, but everybody in the movie's like, you haven't been here for 9 months, dude. You've been here for 10 years.
No, I think they say 9 years. So maybe the math works out.
Okay.
Somehow
Oh,
or
okay.
another.
Then I just made that shit up.
No.
No.
Na 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 na. But
Yeah, he's
But yes,
crazy.
so time- yeah,
he
time
goes
doesn't
fucking
work.
crazy, bro.
he eats rats.
He eats rats. He eats rats like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings eats rabbits. Just like
back first. Do you
Yeah.
see that? Just like spine first, fur and
I
all.
thought he ate the head first.
Oh, maybe he did eat the head.
Smeagol was a spine breaker. And then Sam's like, "You're making me sick."
You're making me horny.
What is he, Austin Powers?
Yeah. He
Anyway,
is.
Lord of the Rings, great movie.
You ever seen Lord of the Rings? Ask me any
Any
Lord of
movie.
the Rings. So he's crazy, and sure, we could probably stop the spoilers there, but he's there. He's been living. The poor film crew, obviously.
So this is something we were talking about. So most of the crew, because Alex brings like his whole friends and film people that were helping him make his original movie to the place.
Yes.
Everybody basically dies. They get tortured for a minute, and everybody basically gets tortured, and then killed. And it just gets progressively worse for the people who have to stay there longer and longer.
Yeah.
One guy dies immediately without having anything bad happen to him psychologically. And I'm like, if I was in that asylum, I would have wanted to be the first one to die.
You want to be the first to go, huh?
Yeah, because I don't have to be even scared. Nothing scary has happened yet.
Pretty much nothing scary. I don't think he ever got chased.
No,
or-
he didn't see anything. He basically just went up to get his camera, and then he just got...
He got yeeted.
He got yeeted out the window on some Mace Windu shit, bro.
And he was the only black guy.
No, there's an Asian guy. Which is another theme in our movies, because now movies try to not have the black guy die first,
Right.
even though Grave Encounters 1, the first guy that died was black. Now it's just anybody who isn't black, but who also isn't white. If you notice, there's a lot of movies like that.
Yeah, what's the dealio with that?
I don't know, maybe Hollywood is racist and they think the audience won't care about them as much.
I mean, sad but
And they're
true.
always the funny guy too.
Well, sometimes the funny guy is the main hero, Cabin in the Woods. a lot.
That
Cabin in the
movie
Woods.
is supposed to be a satire on horror movies.
That's true.
So that doesn't count.
You're right.
And then I think the biggest one that didn't die for comic relief is Jamie Kennedy in Scream.
But he also was the meta character in the movie.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
He held
which is
up.
also a satire on horror, that whole movie.
That's such a good fucking movie.
It is. Did we ever cover that
No, we should.
specifically?
Let's just fucking talk about it for like 3 hours, bro.
Oh my god. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Dude. All right.
No, I mean, you're right. That's such a thing. But like, race aside, all you really need to do to choose a character who gets killed off first is give them slightly less lines, make them kind of likable, or make them a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the two. If you make them totally unforgettable, then the kill won't matter at all either.
A lot of the trope too is like horny girl.
Horny girl dies first too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think my video went out.
Oh. Fuck. Okay.
Well, that's okay. We're still.
wait, you're back. You're back. Okay.
I'm back.
You're good.
I'm good.
I'm back. All
Let's
right.
see.
You good? Yeah.
Yeah.
This episode's probably really annoying.
If you're only listening on audio, probably.
Yeah,
I gotta get me one of them ring lights.
Yeah,
for
dude.
real.
Why do you think I look so amazing?
I know. I'm like in the darkness.
I went to Best Buy, bought myself a vlogging light. Boo!
You got that at Best Buy? I mean, I can
Yeah.
point this at my face, but it's gonna be right in my face.
Well, yeah, no, this thing is bright as fuck. Well, I bought it for so I could see when I'm working. And it just happened to come with like a thing for my phone and a microphone.
There we go. I'll take that.
Yay!
That's better. All right. Sorry, audio listeners. If you're wondering, I fixed my camera. I guess it is. I think my phone might be like overheating because it's been on for like 2 hours
Hell
getting
yeah.
ready for this. Anywho, I think to wrap up this segment, we should talk about any final thoughts we have on Grave Encounters.
Okay, well, like I said, found footage movies when it goes into that. And for sequels as well, 'cause sometimes horror movies have like the thing where the sequel kind of sucks most of the time.
Sorry, I'm vaping.
Oh.
Let me add to that. The worst thing is also when a horror movie. Horror movie is so specific to doing this. The sequel will have almost nothing to do with the first one, and that bums me out too.
I think maybe we should do Blair Witch and Blair Witch 2 because that's. I feel like this. I'll save it. But there's
For
a
Blair
lot
Witch?
of correlations between Ghost Adventures, Grave Encounters, and Grave Encounters 2 with Blair Witch and Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows.
Do you think they kind of ripped Blair Witch?
I think they were inspired.
Yeah.
And they basically made it work where Blair Witch Book of Shadows does not work.
Right.
But it
That's
was
not a
so
movie that I
fucking
remember
close.
enjoying.
It was so close.
Yeah.
It had potential.
Yeah, we'll talk about the movie.
Yeah,
That
and
didn't have
then
potential.
when we do it, but yeah, when it comes to found footage movies, this one is great. Both of them are great. I recommend it. That's why we didn't really get into like the whole shits.
The whole shit's
The whole
nothing but
shits.
the shits.
And also, it is free on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, we really looked out this week. We thought both of these movies were for purchase, and they were free on Amazon.
Yeah, good job, Amazon.
Kudos to you. Yeah, I don't know. My phone's fucking up.
That's okay.
That's fine. We got you. Maybe it'll come back.
Yeah, maybe your there you are. I think your phone is just overheating. Oh, what about you, Dakota? What do you think?
I think that I agree with you. This is a great sequel. It's a great found footage film. If you liked anything about the first Grave Encounters, I think you like this. It I was gonna say that Grave Encounters 2 felt more serious, but when I thought back on both films, most of the comedy comes before the horror, right?
Yeah.
And both movies have that, like you said, with the party scene and just them getting. This movie has a longer lead up before we get to the insane asylum.
Yeah.
Which we kind of skipped over. There's a bunch of stuff that happens. which I liked because I didn't need to be in the same place for the whole movie.
Right.
We kind of just spend the last maybe 25 minutes there.
25, 30 minutes in the asylum, and the rest of it is just like a wholesome group of college kids trying to make a movie.
Yeah. This movie was lit up.
Yeah.
And
I think I like it better than the first one. But I feel like
hard to say for me.
they work together. Like you don't have to watch the first one necessarily, but it helps tremendously.
A lot. Yeah, the movie will make sense, but you won't if you haven't seen what they're talking about. It's just
Right.
like you're not as connected to it.
Yeah. Like it still works, but because you get the gist of what's going on. But yeah, definitely watch both of them if you want to do like a creepy double feature with like by yourself or with your friends or whatever you're doing during quarantine. I know people in different cities are doing different shit.
Yeah.
But definitely this is a great double feature to do. Lots of fucking scares. I think the shit that is scary is fucking scary. You know, so I think it's I recommend it.
I do too. All right. Well, I'm going to take a breath. That's for on the podcast when I have to cut into the other trailer.
Fuck yeah.
Also, look at that.
What?
I put another shitty image on the background.
Hell yeah. Okay. The Gallows Act II. Okay, so like I said, if you're just tuning in, Double Screecher, we do 2 movies with the same kind of theme. Our theme today is we're picking sequels to previous episodes, which this is our first live stream, so bear with us if anything fucking crazy
But not our
happens.
first podcast.
Not our first podcast.
Go back and listen to our old episodes on iTunes or Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify, Double Screecher. So, the Gallows Act II. The Gallows is something that we talk about on our podcast all the fucking time. Like, we watched it. It was like our second episode or something. And we were like, this movie fucking sucks. But then we kept watching more movies that were even shittier and shittier and shittier. That by the end of like maybe 6 or 7 months of us recording, it became like a theme with me that I was like, wait a second. Gallows ain't that bad. And I like became to like the Gallows one. And so like, that's fine. Whatever. But the Gallows Act I, to bring you up to speed, there was a kid in the 90s at high school, and there was a high school play, and he's all like, the play is called The Gallows, so then they have to like, he has to pretend to get hung on stage. So like, the found footage is because like a person in the audience is like filming, but there was a malfunction with the hanging,
the gallows themselves,
right?
the noose,
so then the kid Charlie Bucket or whatever the fuck his name is,
Charlie Grimmel.
He accidentally.
Why the fact that I remember that, even though I just saw this movie, upsets me.
Because it's such a dumbass fucking name, but basically he gets hung for real. And then the movie is like 10 years later or 15 years later, whatever, that same high school decides to do the gallows again for some reason. And the play is haunted, so then the kids get haunted. That's the premise of the Gallows Act I. Haunted play, haunted kids.
Well, let me say, and this was an annoying theme throughout the whole movie for me, that I thought in the Gallows 1, and not to totally rehash the first one because I haven't seen it in like a year, but I always thought that the kids in the Gallows 1 were being haunted because they were somehow related to people in the original
That's true.
act.
That is true.
And what the Gallows Act II posits is that it's like Macbeth. If you just read the play, you're fucked up.
Right.
And you're haunted now.
Yeah, they changed the rules of the Gallows Act II. Like, yeah, like you said, like, Gallows Act I, the rule is play is haunted because the fucking same school did it.
Yeah.
But in this movie, all you have to do is, like, read the play from the book. But then I'm like, how come all the kids, like, rehearsing the play for months didn't get cursed in the Gallows Act
In the first one.
Yeah.
I know. And it goes back to what I said in our first segment, which is horror sequels are notorious for, like you said, changing the rules or just not having as much to do with... All right, now granted, this movie does have a lot to do with the first one. Mm-hmm. It does. but it changed the rules on me in a way that kind of left me with a little bad taste in my mouth. But I will say,
It started off hot.
this movie is much more
Better.
well made than the Gallows Act I, mostly because it's not a found footage film.
Yeah, that's what we like. Like, there is found footage, but all the found footage is just YouTube streams and stuff, because
Right.
there's a thing called the Charlie Challenge, when basically
You dump a bucket of ice water in your head.
you basically you read the play and then scary shit's supposed to happen. So it's supposed to be like a
sort of
TikTok.
like a Candyman.
Yeah, it's like if people did Bloody Mary on TikTok or some shit like
Right.
that.
Which, by the way, this movie was made in 2019. They only use YouTube. Like,
Well, I don't-
definitely could have incorporated TikTok.
Maybe they just couldn't get. Well, I don't know. Maybe they. Well,
Maybe they were
they-
worried that TikTok was a flash in the pan, which
Right.
it's about to be, because I think United States is trying to ban TikTok from,
I don't know.
which is a whole other set of problems that, like, anyway, I could talk for a while about that, but I won't. I'm going to talk about this movie.
The Gallows Act II. But this movie starts off hot as hell, which surprises both. There was a lot of times where I would look over at you and you had a pillow over your face because you were fucking scared, bro.
I don't know what she's talking about. That never happened. I don't own pillows. I sleep on cinder blocks. No, yeah, this movie was scary. Well, it was scary because there were jump scares. And, nobody is immune to the jump scare.
Yeah, no, that's called being startled.
Right. And I was just getting ready to avoid that. Mm-hmm. So I'm not a scaredy pants. How about that? But
Yeah.
it's oif. It was good though. The cinematography was good. It was crisp. It had a good look to it. Our actress, our Emma Horvath, who played Anna Rue, she was pretty good. She kind of reminded us of like Hilary Swank.
Yeah, she looks like a very young Hilary Swank.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie does have like its problems. Mostly, it's like the high school kids are like 27 years old. But that's like whatever. It's a Blumhouse movie, and Blumhouse is very like, they basically dip their toes in like everything.
They make some really good movies.
And then they make some caca.
The fact that, because I had to double check, we probably talked about it on the first Gallows episode, but I thought for sure that Blumhouse did not make the first Gallows.
Yeah.
But they did.
The two directors, they're like these two dudes. They're like pretty young. Basically, all the movies they've made are just shorts. And they've worked together on all those shorts. And The Gallows and The Gallows Act II is really like their only like films.
Their only feature film.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, The Gallows Part 1 could eat my shorts. I was just waiting to say that this whole time.
Eat my shorts.
But no, I mean, I don't know. I have a feeling that because the first Gallows was such a flop, that Jason Blum, and I think it might be somebody else, maybe he has a brother. Anyway, the Blums, let's just say.
The Blums.
Or Jason, whoever. Probably had a lot more intervening in this movie to make it better. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, hey, what's it? The directors are...
Travis Clough and Chris
Loafing. Jason was probably like, hey, guys, love the movie. Love what you're doing. Let's make it better.
Yeah. I feel like they were, with the Gallows Act I, they were really banking on it because of the found footageness. And it had...
Yes, because it was of the time, for sure.
Right.
It was like, what, 2017,
18? Came out the
was
same
it?
year that Jurassic World came out.
Oh, I thought that movie was way older. Damn, really?
Yeah. So it was already kind of late in the game.
Okay, never mind.
With that shit. But this movie starts off really, like, yeah, it starts off scary. Again.
2015, but still too late.
Guess who dies first? There's a double whammy for the first people to die in this movie. Two Mexican kids.
I don't remember.
Two
Oh,
Mexican
yeah,
kids died.
dude.
They trade in the black guy now for people of other races. In Grave Encounters, Asian dude.
Yeah.
Then we get not one, but two Mexican dudes who die in the beginning scene.
Two brothers.
Two brothers.
Two
They're
brothers.
brothers.
Not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. But, no, yeah, man. It was sad. They were scary scenes. This movie is scary.
Yeah.
Let me just put that out there.
This movie actually has a lot of suspense.
Yeah.
And a lot of, just like scary shit that's about to happen. You know it's going to happen. And they do a really good job. Like, honestly, this movie is scary.
Yeah.
Like you said,
I would say, to go back to Grave Encounters for a second, like, Grave Encounters, is spooky, but, like, it's almost more like thriller horror.
Yeah.
In some degree.
Uh-huh.
Or I guess I'm just, like, maybe I've seen it, because I've seen both of the Grave Encounters, like, several times.
Yeah.
So maybe I just wasn't as, like, prepared for scariness.
Right.
But the Gallows Act II was scary. The Gallows Act I don't recall being super scary.
It got a little scary, like, towards the end when the kids are in the rafters of, like, the auditorium.
Sure.
And then, the ropes come down.
Yeah,
Even though it's, like, really corny. Because we had a joke, like, we have a low budget. What's scary?
Ropes.
But, it works. Sometimes they say, like, less is more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But this one had, like, good jump scares, pretty good, like, CGI moments. I really liked there was this one moment, and, like, granted, I'm sure it's been in other movies, but they did it well, where, like, a sheet gets thrown up into the air, and then it, like, comes down and creates the silhouette.
The first movie that was actually done, it was one of the Paranormal Activity movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they did it really good in this movie.
They did it good, too.
Hey, if it was... when I saw it, I was like, all right, it's not original, but, like, something with, like, the way it was executed with, like, the CGI and the timing and just, like, how the suspense was built. I liked it.
Yeah. It rides off cool. You're wondering, like, who's behind this? Why is this happening? Obviously, the rules are different, so we're not, like... Since they changed it, this is, like, a positive thing about them changing the rules. Since they changed the rules, we don't know what the fuck is gonna happen.
Right. Because it was basically, like, in the first one, if I recall, you could pretty much only get hurt by Charlie Grimmell's ghost, like, at the school?
Yeah, but then they have the hangman that comes too, and I think the hangman is more prominent in this one because doesn't seem like it's Charlie anymore at all. It's
right.
and it's more like psychological because just reading the play curses you. It gives the person like a schizophrenic curse or something where they think that they're seeing things. But nothing really happens, which was also kind of frustrating because in the movie there's plenty of people that die. Yeah. But then, they didn't really die. That was just a vision. Like, really not a lot of people die
in this one. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It kind of drew off of elements of Hereditary. I want to say, like, there's a lot of, like, they're in class and, like, scary shit is happening to just them. Yeah. Or, like, It Follows kind of has stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
Was it done better than those movies? No. But it did, yeah, like you said, it creates this level of psychological fear that I think maybe wasn't as prominent or just, like, well executed as the first one. Yeah. Which was nice, which was pretty nice. But yeah, to your point, like, there's a whole scene where you think that Honoru's boyfriend, who is
Cade
Parker, played by Chris Milligan, we thought he died, and it was like a triple whammy scare. Yeah. It was like he was choking, he, like, falls through the floor. You see
him get, like,
and then, like, the hangman ghost, like, pops at the screen.
Yeah, and you're like,
and then it flashes back to normal. It was straight up it was probably one
that
of the
was
scariest
that was the scariest part, but then it kind of, like, takes it away because, like, that didn't even happen.
Yeah.
But I think also I did like the main character. There were certain parts of her where they made her endearing. I think my favorite thing is she does the Charlie, and we're talking shit the whole movie. She like does the Charlie challenge and then uploads her YouTube video. And then later we realized that she never watched her own video before she posted it.
Right.
So then she's like going back to watch it for the first time, and we're all like, "You didn't watch
After it
that?"
has 1 million views.
Yeah, like you didn't take the time to watch your own video. And
Which,
so,
by the way, sorry to cut you off. She wasn't popular.
She wasn't.
became popular because of what you're about to explain.
because of the Charlie challenge. Yeah. So she's sitting in her bed, and by the way, nobody, even if they're not doing anything scary related, they don't. If it's night, the lights are off.
Nobody turns on the lights.
And
it's like this movie was made in 2019, but like they also wanted you to feel like it was 1800.
Right.
Like
she lives with her sister, and her sister's a seamstress, and she's like sewing, and she like pricks her finger. It's like, yeah, you pricked your finger because you're sewing in the dark. Turn on a fucking light. How do you sew in the dark? Like, it was like, I get it. It's like atmosphere, blah blah. And this movie is obviously for like high school kids.
But god damn, dude, you can create atmosphere with a table lamp on.
Yeah.
Like you can just to put it in the realm of filmmaking, like you could have natural ambient light, and you don't need to light more. If you want it to be dark, you can still have this lamp on. I'm pointing at a lamp in front of me, and have the rest of the room kind of dark looking.
Have you ever seen a Steven Spielberg movie?
No. E.T.?
E.T., Jaws, Jurassic Park. That shit's at night a lot.
Yeah.
Spotlights everywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
But still dark looking.
yeah, exactly. Like
There's a way to do nighttime.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Well, no. Hold on. Actually, to the like gaffer's defense, to like the lighting people's defense, the nighttime looks good. I just don't know why they don't have a light on.
yeah, it's like if like it gets dark out, and then we just like decide that we're gonna do our like routine in the dark.
Yeah, I mean, what was the joke? We joked like, oh, they were trying to save money on the budget by not paying the electricity bill or something. Like, I don't know. It's a little thing, and it has nothing to do with the plot necessarily. But why? Why don't you just have some light? I mean, it was scene after scene after scene.
To the point where it's like distracting. Like, why doesn't nobody turn on their, like, even after they get like hurt?
There's a scene where she like walks up to a wall and she's like gripping the wall, and you can see the light switch. I'm like, flick the fucking switch. Like, just flip the light switch. And she doesn't.
Yeah. And then like scary shit happens. Like, they see ghosts and stuff, and then they act like that didn't happen, and they're like, well, I'm just gonna go to sleep. Oh, I saw a ghost, but look, I got 1,000 billion views on my YouTube channel. So
yeah. Oh, that. Let me pause to say, Griffin says we look like two real life Gravity Falls characters.
You look like Dipper Pines, bro.
What is that? What's Gravity Falls?
You've never seen Gravity? It's a really good cartoon.
Is that the show where the guy's a squid?
No, I think you're thinking of like Squidbillies from Adult Swim.
Yeah.
No, Gravity Falls is like a kid's cartoon, but it's like really good. It's like good for adults too. It's like a scary show. Like, it's like a spooky show. Like, I think it takes place in like Washington or like Oregon or some shit. But it's like a brother and sister, and they go live in their great uncle's fucking what do you call it? He has like a mystery museum. It's like a tourist trap, and then like every episode, like, something scary happens. So it's just like a funny, scary cartoon for kids. It also works for adults. It's like a Disney show, but it's fire.
All right.
And you look like Dipper. You do look like Dipper Pines, bro.
Is that a bad thing?
No, he just has the same hat as you.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Griffin. Thank you. Where the hell were we?
I don't know. Let's talk about Gravity Falls.
We're just talking about some of the. Oh yeah.
The lights.
No. After the lights. So terrifying things will happen to either Anna Rue or her sister Lisa that she lives with in this movie.
Yeah.
Time and time again, and moments later, not like the next scene, but like the next shot in the scene, they're like, all right, time to upload my YouTube videos. Like, no, you're terrified. It's scary. Be scared.
Yeah.
Be scared.
It's like they forget what they just saw. It's like if right now you went upstairs and I'm down here by myself.
Right.
And all the lights are off, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
And then,
and
then like
smoking and juuling.
and then just normal shit. And then the fucking bear head over there that you have, the fucking or something. You have like a cloth or something. Then and a guy in a hood comes out with a fucking knife, and then he like jams my finger down or cuts my face like, and I'm like, oh, and then it's over because you come walking down the stairs and you're like, hey, what's up? And then I'm gonna be like, nothing.
I cut my fingers.
Oh, my finger hurts now. Like that's what happened in the movie. Like
she gets her fingers slammed in a closet door by
ghost.
the hangman.
Yeah.
And she literally in not in a way to make it seem like she's hiding something. She's literally just like, oh yeah, I slammed my fingers in the closet.
Yeah,
and
no,
bitch,
you didn't.
Somebody else slammed.
You were in the closet because you were sitting in your room in the dark while you were reading a cursed play, and then the door opened by itself, and then you go to the closet because you want to see who opened the door, and then the door slams on your fingers, and then you say, "Oh, I slammed my finger in the door."
Listen, this chick and her sister got some problems. Their dog gets hung.
Yeah, the dog is hung.
And all right, listen, like let me pause for a second and like reiterate that I did like this movie, but I just want to harp on some of the things.
Yeah.
Anyway, their dog gets hung, and they're like broken up about it. They're upset about it for sure, but also.
They're like worried about other shit.
They seem to care for like an hour, and then she's worried about her Tish audition again. Yeah. And it's like, who hung your dog?
Yeah, exactly. They're like worried about other shit that has like, you're a bad actress. You're never gonna make it as an actress. You suck.
Which her sister said almost verbatim.
Yeah, no, literally. I'm not even like making a joke about that. It's like, literally what she said. And then I'm like, dude, you're golden lab named Goddard, like in Jimmy Neutron, by the way.
Cute. So cute. I think it was Connor,
really?
But I'm gonna go with it.
With Goddard?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, he kind of sucked though, because every time anything scary happened, he wasn't there.
That dog didn't give a fuck.
And then like after the scary shit was gone, he would just like walk into the room and like lay down. I'm like, bro, where were you at? You're a dog. You're supposed to be barking.
I bet he was hiding and scared because he has sense about him.
Well, like, if he should have been hiding.
Anna, this is scary. Scary. Scary intruder.
Excuse me. Bitch, look behind you.
So, okay, those were pretty much my two main problems in the through line of the movie.
Yeah, but everything else is like pretty decent, I think.
You're right.
Scares are good. Acting is decent.
It's fine. What's her name? Anna Rue. She has some moments where I'm like sort of taken out. I think it's a scene between Anna and Lisa, the two sisters of the film, are like crying at each other, and I just couldn't help but chuckle. Like, just something about the way that they were just maybe overacting a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. It's a horror movie.
I think my favorite part of the movie is when she goes to go look at her YouTube video after not watching it before uploading it, and she sees that while she's reading the play, she didn't notice that like her dresser moved by itself.
Yeah.
And then it's just like a shot of her like staring at the video like surprised and awe, like how you would be, and she's like, and then she pauses, and then she's like, shit. Like, she's so happy. She's like, fuck, yeah.
I forgot about that.
That was my favorite part.
Shit. We all busted out laughing. Oh, my God.
And then I was like, all right.
For sure. Holy fuck. Okay, so we only have about 5 minutes left.
That's cool, man.
We probably have to talk about the ending.
The ending, we were so about this fucking movie until the ending. So spoiler fucking alert, man.
Pew, 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 pew. Spoiler alert. Incoming spoiler.
Nothing makes any sense about the ending. They literally undid everything.
Thank you. Yes. They undid the entire movie. If you recall, I believe it's the episode of Brain Dead, the Pullman Paxton movie that we did, which I was so hyped for. So that movie, Brain Dead, undoes the movie by like not really, or what they're trying to do is like make you unsure of the events of the movie. This movie goes a step further and makes it just, oh my god.
Doesn't make any sense.
So, okay. All right, so we're getting to the climax of the film. Anna and her boyfriend Cade or Cade, right?
Yeah.
Cade. Anna and her boyfriend Cade are like abducted by like people. They're in hangman outfits, but like the way the filmography goes is like you can tell like
they're just like dudes in suits.
They're dudes in suits. So we're like, okay, this is weird. Like, where's this gonna go?
It's like a cult or something.
Yeah, and we're intrigued, right?
You're like, oh, okay.
So they get abducted. They get set up on a double gallows setup. Like they're both hung up by the noose, and the hangman's like, you must make a willing sacrifice. And we're like, okay, that was like set up earlier in the film. Whatever, sure.
Yeah.
So Cade, the boyfriend, becomes the willing sacrifice, which is kind of like the ending of the first one.
Yeah.
I mean, different, but like the boyfriend in the first one dies, right?
Yeah.
And so we're like, okay. And then for some reason, the hangman also pulls Anna's noose.
Mm-hmm. So she dies anyway, so they kill her for no reason, basically, because the guy had already did a sacrifice. But then the guy who was the hangman is the fucking Mexican kid who died from the beginning. And I'm like, wait, you died. We saw you and your brother die, and now you're part of this thing. And then everybody else who died in the YouTube videos, they pull off their hoods, and they're also still alive. And the parents of Cade are also
there too. And like, okay, maybe some of that. Okay, well, let's remove the Mexican hangman because that made no sense because we saw him die.
Yeah.
Let's remove like the other Hispanic girl. Like it was like the friend of the Hispanic guy. Let's remove her because that also made no sense. Let's say it's the parents. Let's just build a connection on the parents and like, okay, maybe they're...
If it was just Cade and his parents behind the whole thing the whole time, sure.
I still wouldn't love it, but sure.
Like, fuck. But you can't have people who died on screen and not even like, okay, the Hispanic girl, she dies
in front of Anna Ruth's eyes via YouTube Live.
Yeah.
So, like, that could have been faked for Anna's pleasure. Or, not pleasure, but
for her
fooling.
viewing. Yeah. You know, and then the Mexican brothers, that scene didn't happen via YouTube live streaming. That scene happened for the audience.
For us.
Yeah.
She might have found out about it. She did find out about it via, like, articles and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But we saw it happening. So, like, if they wanted that to be, like, faked, why couldn't she have found out about it by watching a video of them getting hung?
Boy, howdy. I mean...
And also, like, she decides to do this Charlie challenge and starts getting haunted and has no fucking... gives no fucks.
Oh, yeah, let's bring that up. She is actually being haunted. But it's like, how come everyone else in the movie who died or, like, who's being haunted, who's not being haunted? Why are all these people... Why do they need to fool Anna into thinking people are dying? Like, she would have believed it... Oh, boy.
It just fucked up the whole shit.
It fucked up the whole movie. I was like, if the credits fucking roll, I swear to God. And then they did, bro. And you were like, yeah, please don't scream. Please don't scream.
I already had to hear you scream so many fucking times, man.
Holy shit. Why?
Okay, but...
What? Save it. Try to.
Okay.
Help me.
I'll save it by this. If you want to watch the movie... It's scary.
It is scary.
It's scary. There's good scenes in it. Especially like if you're with like friends and stuff. But this is your warning. The ending fucking blows.
Yeah.
But it's scary, even though nothing makes any fucking sense.
As soon as both of them are hanging from the gallows, turn the movie off.
Yeah. Just end it like that. Yeah. That's a better ending. And also, I feel like that was an ending that the studio was like, nah, make it be like.
Crazy.
Yeah, like needs a bigger twist. Like, yeah, no, like And it sucks because we were having such a good
We
time.
were loving it, dude. I mean, this movie is gonna go down as the Gallows. You know what I mean? Like, like the first one fucked us up for what all the reasons it fucked us up. Go back and listen to it. It's like episode 2 or 3. Now this movie was redeeming every element of why we didn't like the first one, and then blap, just put another turd on your plate.
Yeah. But for what it did right,
Yeah,
did it good.
I agree. Hey,
I
ain't
feel
nothing
like
wrong with that.
This is a good movie for if you're like 13.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like there are times in my life where, like, these kind of endings didn't bug me as much.
Yeah, because you're dumb.
Because I was dumb. And I'm still pretty dumb, but also, like, I'm not that dumb. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to think for more than 0.5 seconds about, wait a second, why did some of these people come back? What's with the parents? What's with any of it?
Why doesn't anybody turn on the goddamn lights?
What's the deal with this airline food? I don't know, Corinna, man. Oh, my God. I just, you know what? All I'm going to say is I'm happy that we're back. I'm
Yeah.
happy that we got to watch some sequels of some classics.
Classic double Screecher episode.
Oh, my gosh. And, you know, here's to more episodes, maybe
Yeah.
more live streams.
Yeah,
I
I
got to
think-
figure out why I've
Yeah.
been so glitchy this whole
We'll
time.
figure it out. Maybe you just need to not have your phone on for as long as you did.
Yeah. I mean, it's seriously, like, it's hot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because I didn't use mine for like 4 hours.
Right.
so.
Yeah, exactly. But thank you to everyone who watched the live stream today. If it was rough, it's our first one. Cut us some slack.
Yeah.
We will be back soon. I don't want to give any hard dates yet.
Yeah,
You know, this was literally the first test. But
yeah.
I think,
We're trying to rock back into it. So.
yeah, I would say expect sometime in August. You'll see some more
At
content
least
from
one or
us.
two, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we just hope to just have fun, basically.
We just want to have fun. We do. For anyone who watched the live stream, though, when should we release this? On Friday? The audio only?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, if you want to catch the episodes early, check out the live streams. You can do that either on Double Screecher on our Facebook. Search up Double Screecher on the YouTubes. Instagram.
At DBL underscore Screecher. Is that us? I don't remember.
I think we're DBL Screecher on. It's facebook.com/DBL Screecher. I think.
Yeah.
But you've probably already found us on Spotify or iTunes, and we'll have all the links in the description to get to the rest of the content there.
Yeah, hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
So, Corinne, we did it. We're back.
We're back, baby.
We're back, and let's see. I didn't workshop this before, but I bet you I can do something fun.
Okay.
All right. Until next time.
See you later, losers. I gotta pee so bad. Oh shit. Fuck yeah.